Hey guys, Barker here, back with another Iceberg video. In this video, we'll be covering the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg, so strap in, grab yourself a Coke Zero, and enjoy. Let's get right into it. FNAF Truth or Dare videos. Remember the last video where I said as we go deeper into the iceberg, the entries get more and more fun to talk about? This is proof. FNAF Truth or Dare videos refers to YouTube videos where the animatronics are dared to do certain things, often to each other. My favorite is from Ignited Animations where Freddy is dared to kiss Chica but he hesitates, then admits he's always had feelings for her. Another one is where Bonnie is dared to stare at Chica while she eats pizza. The video link is in the description. Some things just happen during the game making process. I can't explain Golden Freddy. This is a quote from Scott Cawthon where he was interviewed by Geeks Under Grace in 2014. In the interview, the last question was, "What's the story behind Golden Freddy?" To which Cawthon replied, "Sometimes things just happen in the game making process. I can't explain Golden Freddy." This was all he said in response. I do feel like this is a bit of a blow to those who believe that Cawthon had the entire idea for the story fleshed out before he even started the game, and that he developed the first FNAF with the other three core games in mind, and I really don't think that was the case. Sewer slide didn't work. In the Sister Location trailer, Circus Baby says the words, "Don't hold it against us," but if you play it backwards, you might be able to hear the words, "Sewer slide didn't work." This is in the same boat as Mike Kill All, and it's not meant to be a hidden message, it's just a case of cognitive bias. I mean, if you really were to find some random recording of a person speaking on behalf of a group and they said the words "don't hold it against us," are we to actually believe that since we're able to reverse it and hear the words "sewer slide didn't work," that the person speaking was hiding some sort of secret message? No, it's just cognitive bias. Well, congratulations, you beat a fictional character in a fictional game. Bravo, big deal. This is a hidden line of code in FNAF World after you beat the game, getting any ending. This could explain the cold, unfulfilling, and somewhat strange endings in the game. Finding a message like this could be discouraging or funny, but I'm sure the code wasn't meant to be taken as something malicious and was put in as an Easter egg joke. Two versions of Crying Child and Mystery Minnie. This entry refers to the fact that there are two known versions of the Crying Child in the Mystery Minis line by Funko. These are little pieces of FNAF merchandise you can buy online or at retail locations. They don't actually do anything and are just fun to have around. But yes, there are in fact two versions of the Crying Child. One was used for promotional reasons and is the Crying Child with black tears, and the one that's on the shelves has blue tears. An interesting change, but I think I like the advertisement version better. Bears are extinct in the FNAF universe. It's a sad fact to come to terms with, but bears are extinct in the FNAF universe. This bit of trivia comes from a line of unused dialogue from the hand unit in Security Breach. The line goes, "Did you know that bears like pizza sauce more than honey? It's true. Before their extinction, bears were known to attack pizza delivery trucks more than any other food service vehicles. This has been another Faz fact." And this makes me pretty sad since bears are pretty cool, and even though I wouldn't want one for a pet, I'd still want one to sing to me while I eat its pizza. Bootleg chocolate Springtrap plush. This is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and my day has been worsened for having seen it. This is from Then Dat Plush Co. in Vietnam. It looks like it's trying to seem angry while actually being passive. It also looks like it's trying and failing to poop out the 5 pounds of aquarium rocks it ate earlier that day. Enard was supposed to be his own animatronic. This is a theory that proposes that Enard was not supposed to be a combination of a bunch of different animatronics, but his own. His tagline, "There's a little bit of me in everybody," is literally the opposite of what Enard is, as there's actually a little bit of everybody in him. Also, the Sister Location source code schedule covered in a previous tier, he is listed as OOS, or out of service, implying that he was at one point his own functioning animatronic, independent of anything else. FNAF claymation, but it's shoddy like a melody. I don't know why this exists. ZeroFi on YouTube took a claymation video from Skylux and put the song Replay by Eaz over the top of it. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, but the video is legendary. I linked it in the description for you to check out. FNAF referenced in iCarly. This is a joke entry that refers to a clip from iCarly in which Sam and Carly are approached by someone in a bear suit. They engage in a dialogue with this bear, and it's revealed that it's Freddy, another character in the series, inside the suit. They proceed to beat the crap out of Freddy, and he collapses onto the floor. There's so much in this video in just a few seconds. We've got a bear suit. The dude's name is Freddy. He says, "It's me." It's a kid in the suit, and he gets beaten over the head. Here's the clip.
I thought I heard you guys out here.
Freddy? Is that you in there?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my gosh, the bear ate Freddy. That bear!
Freddle's jump scare. This is a fan-made animation of what a Freddle's jump scare in FNAF 4 could look like. It's done by Way2 on YouTube. Here's a short clip. The video is linked in the description for you to check out. Freddy Fazbear. This is a meme in which the poster responds to the question, "Do you know who Freddy Fazbear is?" And the meme says, "Yes, I know who Freddy Fazbear is," and shows a gif of a bear walking sped up. Get it? Because the bear is fast? Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear. Mediocre Melodies Whispers. This entry refers to Mediocre Melodies, which are 5 buyable characters from the Pizzeria Simulator. They later appear in Ultimate Custom Night, and during their voice lines, you can hear whispering while they talk, and sometimes after they talk. After listening to the audio carefully, I've determined that the whispers are just repeating what the animatronics are saying, but slightly delayed. Here's some audio.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
Mr. Can-Do strings and rare screens. If you look closely at the garbage cans in the FFPS rare screens, they all have a string tied around their handles. This is most obvious in Molten Freddy's rare screen. This means Scott reused Mr. Can-Do's model for the garbage cans and removed the balloon, but not the strings. Five Bear. Bear 5, or Five Bear, is a parody version of Freddy Fazbear cropped from an edited image of the thank you image from scottgames.com. He's weirdly cropped, holding a knife, and blue for some reason, and the image was originally posted on Twitter by a user by the name of Sonar Sponge, and Bear 5 appears in a Roblox game called Nico's Next Bots. In the game, the player is chased by pictures and GIFs of characters with the objective being to survive as long as possible. Nightmare Fredbear clips through the closet floor. This entry refers to the fact that in FNAF 4, when Nightmare Fredbear is terrorizing you and chooses the closet as his hiding spot, you can go to the closet and shine your light on him, noticing that he's clipping through the floor. His head is still attached to his body, and it's like he was traveling through the basement and thought this would be a good place to pop up. Scott Cawthon apparently didn't want to cut his head off just to put it in the closet, so he used the entire model. Glamrock Chica's old guitar. Glamrock Chica, much like Bonnie, used to have a different guitar. I believe they changed it for the same reason they changed Bonnie's guitar, copyright reasons. Nonetheless, while the old version was an oddly shaped guitar with blue stripes, Chica's new guitar is a star shape with blue lining. I personally think the new version looks way better. Phantom Marionette's teeth. In FNAF World, Phantom Marionette has teeth. Why? It looks so weird. Many explanations have been put forward for this, with none of them satisfying. Explanations such as, he takes dental hygiene seriously, and to clip your fingernails with, to, he needs them to chew. In reality, he probably has teeth because he'd look weird without them. Project 87. This is a project being led by Anthrobotics that aims to create 17 real-life functioning FNAF animatronics. Here's their description on YouTube. Project 87 is a project dedicated to creating real-life versions of the animatronics of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. These robots will be able to walk, talk, and interact with people, and we have very high expectations of their quality. We at Project 87 are a branch of the robotics startup company Anthrobotics. You can visit the Anthrobotics website at anthrobotics.ca. Project 87 is a non-profit and is run 100% off donations from the community. All money donated goes directly to funding the creation of the robots. We have no connection to Scott Cawthon, and we have no plans on using these robots to make a profit. They're actually making great progress every month, and have one of the core mechanisms for the leg done, and I don't know whether or not to look forward to the completion of the project. Recycled pizza and security breach. There's a message in security breach that reads, "Customer complaint. The pizza we ordered was weird. Some pieces were different sizes or didn't fit together. One slice even had different toppings. Did you recycle the old pizza from the trash? I am never coming back here unless I'm given some sort of major discount. Angry Mom. Size inconsistencies in the thank you teaser. This entry refers to the blatant size differences between the animatronics and the thank you teaser posted at scottgames.com. Why is the puppet so freaking huge? Why is Golden Freddy massive? Why is Plushtrap... Okay, Plushtrap is the appropriate size, but the Freddy mask in the background is huge! The cupcake is a camera. This entry refers to a Reddit post on the Game Theorist subreddit by Booski, in which they say, it's rumored that the cupcake within the office may be a camera. The evidence for this can be that the monitors on the office desk seem to change on and broadcast any attack on Mike Schmidt. However, this is often easily proven false, as seen in gameplay. The monitors clearly show something from inside the area, and if you look, each monitor shows a special angle. If the cupcake really were a camera, they might show the identical angle, but they do not. In fact, they show angles impossible for the cupcake to determine from its position facing forward on the opposite side of the space from Foxy. This means that the monitors simply reflect the attack instead of displaying it. However, why they do not reflect anything until an attack happens is unknown. Chef Boyardee canned food is all stored here, dev text. This is a bit of internal development text that states, freezer room, Chef Boyardee canned food is all stored here. Most of the food is stored in boxes. Probably should have used more boxes than cans for the white box. Maybe this was a bit of text that would pop up when you go to the freezer room. I'm not really sure what else it could be referring to, or what purpose it would have served. BB is a hallucination. BB is the only non-Easter egg animatronic in FNAF 2 who isn't acknowledged by Phone Guy, which some people way back in the day took as a hint that he was just a figment of Jeremy or Fritz's imagination. Costumed entertainer and cute woodland creature. Before Sister Location was released, the feedback from the voice actors would often appear on voices.com, but with characters' names changed as to not spoil too much. Funtime Freddy was listed as Costumed Entertainer, while Bonbon was listed as Cute Woodland Creature. Freddy Under Table. In FNAF 2, the sprite of Toy Freddy in your office is internally named Freddy Under Table, which implies that he was originally supposed to hide under the desk. Mangle's sprite named He Was Here. This entry refers to the fact that in the FNAF 2 game files, the 8-bit Mangle sprite was named He Was Here. This is presumably from the Save Them minigame in FNAF 2. Mini-Renas spell out baby. In this image of Ballora with her mini-Renas, which are super creepy by the way, there is some speculation that the shapes they're making with their bodies spell out baby in reference to Circus Baby. I don't know why this would be the case, but if it's intentional, it's pretty cool. Skittles referencing FNAF. The Skittles Twitter account is well known for being cringe, and on February 17th, 2022, they tweeted, "Uh-oh, Michael Apton is trending." And later last year, they tweeted, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, Skittles, if you even remember that name." Both clear references to FNAF. Sister Location character names leaked via trademarks. When Scott Cawthon copyrighted the names of the animatronics for Sister Location, he used a website of the US Copyright Office, which is public record. So, someone searched his name and found out that he had copyrighted the names of the Sister Location animatronics, and this is how they found out their names before the game was released. Toys vs. Withered. Before FNAF 2 was released, it was theorized that the toy animatronics would help the player by fighting the withered animatronics. Part of the evidence for this was Mangle's design, as its damage could have easily been caused by the other animatronics' attacks, but this is not the case. Welcome to Saul's debug mode. This is a bit of unused code from Help Wanted. It reads, "Welcome to Saul's debug mode." This is probably referring to when the developers were debugging the game, and presumably Saul was the lead developer or something. Nightmare Foxy in Hallway. This is a Reddit post on the Five Nights at Freddy's subreddit by user FuntimeCat. It shows what Nightmare Foxy would have looked like if he acted like the other animatronics, moving through the hallways to approach the door instead of going straight to the closet. Scott has commented on r/FNAF cringe. Scott Cawthon is a member of r/FNAF cringe on Reddit, and at one point 7 years ago, at the time of recording, he made a post in response to someone questioning whether or not he once endorsed people unaliving themselves. And he commented the word sigh and linked to a post on Steam where he explained fake accounts. He obviously never endorsed this, and it was a fake account on YouTube pretending to be him. Ferb the Fish. This is a fan-made animatronic by the user JMiraculous on Reddit. He posted this image of Ferb on Imager when he was 14 or 15 and later posted this updated version on Reddit, on the Five Nights at Freddy's subreddit. The original description of Ferb the Fish reads, Ferb the Fish. He moves around the pizzeria in pipes filled with water. He can bypass doors and has a special door in his pipe that you need to close to stop him. If he appears in your office, he will close your doors, then jam them, and fill your office with water so you'll drown. 40-inch Good Stuff baby plush. This is a plush made by the company Good Stuff. It's 40 inches tall and is ready and willing to stare at you while you sleep and give you nightmares. The quality doesn't look too good, but hey, if you like it, you can order one. The Afton family is an allegory for Scott's childhood family. This is by far the darkest entry on the iceberg and implies that Scott is Michael Afton, with his father being William Afton and brother and sister being the crying child and Elizabeth Afton respectively. The story itself is said to be a true story, with all the events being covered up. Of course, this can't possibly be true. Or can it? Anyway, that's just a theory. A barky theory! And with that, the iceberg is finished. Thanks so much to all of you who have stuck around for the final part, and to all of you who have subscribed. When I started this iceberg, I had no subscribers. And now, like 3 weeks later, I have, 2,879 subscribers. It's absolutely incredible to have you all here, and I'll keep pumping out content for you to watch. Next, we'll be going over The Legend of Zelda Iceberg, and this one isn't going to be nearly as long as the FNAF one, so don't worry, I'll knock it out in 1 or 2 parts. Alright, thanks for watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, I'll see you guys in the next one.